I do that's weird and awkward, like in just my everyday life. Like I was walking up to the train station, a girl was coming up at the same time, and she stopped to let me pass, but I'm a gentleman. And so I just went like, after you. I just went about to walk through the gate, after you. It's what I wanted to do. But as I went after you, the top half of my body has entered this full-on downward trajectory. And now here I am, in a fucking bow. And I think, fuck, I don't know how long I have to be down here, but if I fucking look up and she's still there, I'm going to have to kill myself. So after an hour or so, I eventually start to look up, and she has gone. Ladies and gentlemen, she had left, which was nice. But there was no ladies in the whole thing. She was giving me one of those, like, sympathy smiles. So I punched her in the tits. I didn't punch her in the tits. I could have done it from like down here. She was pretty fucking old. That's horrendous. But the worst one of the most uncomfortable things, like I made. I was coming out of the gym. That's not a humble brag, clearly. I don't go as much as I should. I literally just go there, like, you know, to get the dopamine hit or whatever it's called, so to stave off the anxiety, which is going really well. I was coming out of the gym, and my gym is on top of a Travelodge, and it's got a lift that only has 2 stops. It's like the ground floor and the lift floor. And the lift floor, the gym floor. That makes no sense. The gym floor. So, and as I was coming out, there was a young lady waiting for the lift as well. And I was like, fuck, I couldn't take the stairs. But I've just done nearly 3 minutes on the fucking stair machine. So, fuck that. So I said, do you mind if I jump in the lift with you? She's like, yeah, of course, no worries. So I get my phone out, because I'm prepared now to just stare at my phone and not acknowledge her existence. She doesn't have to acknowledge mine, which is what you do in a lift, right? She has other ideas. She turns to me and she says, I'm a bit concerned. She goes, oh, no she doesn't. She says, this lift's a bit fucking slow. For a lift with 2 stops, this lift's a bit slow. Now, I'm not ready for this. I've got nothing prepared. Like, I was just going to stare at this. So now I'm just staring at an open mouth. And I can't do that for long, because it's getting weirder by the second. So I have to say something. So I say the first thing that comes into my head, which unfortunately is, ha-ha! Yeah! She is visibly taken aback by the unnecessary and quite rightly so. And now I'm thinking, maybe I will take the fucking stairs. I can make this even weirder by just bolting all of a sudden. But as I think that the lift doors do open and she gets in and she kind of like, so I get in the lift and I'm thinking, fair fucking play, like, but she won't talk to me now because I'm weird. But she gives me another chance to have a conversation like a normal fucking human being. And she says, I'm always a bit nervous about getting into this lift because it does have a tendency to break down. Now I'm not getting called out a second time. I quickly formulate a sentence in my head. And that sentence in my head is, in the building I live in, the lifts are always breaking down, but never a good time for me, like when I'm going to work or anything. It's not funny, it's still quite awkward, but it's 1,000 times better than what I actually said, which was, we've got lifts! She's now using what tiny space we have in this little metal box to be as far away from me as possible. This is now the longest lift journey of my life. I'm hoping and praying that the cables will snap and we will be plunged to our deaths, so she cannot tell anyone and I don't have to live through this any longer. But after 9 hours, or however long it is, we eventually get to the bottom, the doors open and we leave, and I try and scuttle out into the darkness. But she's just a really nice fucking person. So as I'm trying to go, she goes, I hope you have a lovely evening. Now I stop. And I turn. Not all of me, just the top fucking half, like a normal person. And I say, I'm sure I'll see you again. Like an absolute fucking serial killer. So now I can't go to Asda or the gym anymore. To be fair, I mean, like, obviously, with this level of awkwardness, this level of anxiety, it doesn't make me a particular hit with the ladies. Neither does using the phrase hit with the ladies, by the way. But I have been getting a little bit of attention recently probably not the attention I was after. When I first moved into the flats I live in, these three older ladies, they're like late 80s, well, mid to late 80s probably, I don't know, fucking old. But they introduced themselves to me. Now I started calling them the Granny Mafia, because when they introduced themselves to me, they was like, anything you need, son, you come see us. Now obviously they don't talk like that. But when I was sort of thinking about this bit, like, I was like, wouldn't it be really funny if I called them the Granny Mafia and they've got like a gangster voice, and then I thought like a Godfather voice, but I can't do impressions. So like, we're the Granny Mafia. See, it's like I've never seen a film. Like, so I thought, fuck that. And then I thought, wouldn't it be funny if I did like a 1930s? Like, come and see us, see? But that's just weird and hard to keep up. So I've settled on this, anything you need, son. Which works for me. So we're sticking with it. But soon, the Dom, if you like, has taken a bit of a shine to me. And every time we bump into each other, like, it gets weirder and weirder. And like, the first time I bumped into her, she's got this lovely little dog. So like, she was outside in the flats, and I stopped to make a fuss with the dog, and the dog's like, walking around me, and all of a sudden it's got me all like tangled up in its lead, and she's seen this, and she's gone, that's right, tie him up for me. Tie him up for me, see? So, and I thought, okay, that's unusual, but not too weird, it's not that bad. And then the next time, a couple of weeks later, I was in the lift. I fucking hate lifts, but she lives like a floor below me, and like, it starts on the floor, and she got in, and she goes like me, she goes like, you smell nice. She's like, here. What aftershave is that? I said, it's not aftershave, it's just Link's shower gel. Just got out the shower. She's like, I'd smell you out the shower any day. Now she actually said that. She doesn't sound like that, but she said that. So that was another really long lift journey. Like from here. Like, and again, I was like, okay, I can kind of write that off, it's not that weird. And then recently I bumped into her again. And then she's like chatting to some people, she's got the dog again. And so I stopped to make a fuss with the dog, as I do. She's talking to some people over here. She looks over, she sees me making a fuss with the dog. Now, as I mentioned, she's quite old. She's pretty fucking agile. She sees me making a fuss with the dog, and all of a sudden she's down, on all fours. She's basically presenting to me. She goes, why does he get all the attention? I didn't know what the fuck to do. So I stroked her. For like 10 minutes. And every time we have these interactions, every time it just feels weird, it's a bit inappropriate. And I go upstairs and I get into the flat, and it plays on my mind, and it's a really difficult wank. But as I said, I've been single for a while. I say single. I did have a girlfriend for a bit recently. I say girlfriend. I bought one of them flashlights. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Does everyone know what a flashlight is? Do I have to explain what a flashlight is to anybody? Shall I explain it anyway? Everyone's pretending, most people are pretending not to know, some people don't know, it's weird. Right, flashlight. It's not what it sounds like, because a flashlight in my mind sounds like something out of a horror film, like a chandelier made out of a person. Like, help me! It's not that. It's a male masturbatory aid. And it's shaped like a torch, like a flashlight, but it doesn't light anything up, you just fuck it. Yeah. So I bought one of these flashlights, been single for a while, bought one of these flashlights, and like most relationships, or like some relationships, it started off as purely physical, as these things often do. But we were spending quite a lot of time together. I'm aware of how sad this makes me. We were spending quite a lot of time together, and feelings started to grow after a while. And eventually I was like, you know, I'm sick of hiding this, fuck it. I'm going to tell the world about our relationship. So I thought the best way to do that, first of all, I'm going to take her to the family Christmas dinner. At my mum's. So I did. It was weird. We got there, my brothers didn't really make too much of an effort with her. They barely looked her in the orifice. There was an awkward moment. She did dribble on the table. Favourite bit of this joke. To be fair, my mum did try. My mum did make an effort. But I think that's just because she wants grandkids. To be fair, that's why we split up in the end, because I did want children and she is a latex vagina that's not connected to any kind of uterus or anything. On that note, I'll be Lee Smith. Thanks very much.